Okay, we have a pendulum bob that is swinging to and fro. Okay, so the first time it passes through y, this is when the stopwatch is started. So the time is equal to 0 seconds. Okay, so after it passes through y for the first time, right, it will swing to the right. Then we swing back to y for the second time. Then it will swing to the left and it will come back to y for the third time. Okay, so this is one oscillation. So we can see that from this point onwards, right, every 2 times it passes through y, it will be one oscillation. Okay, 6, 7 will be another one oscillation. So as we go all the way to the 21st time it passes through y, we would have clocked a total of 10 oscillations. Okay, so now the time taken for the pendulum bob to swing 10 oscillations is t. So the period, it will be just t divided by 10. Answer should be D. Okay, we are asked which graph shows the motion of a heavy steel ball falling from a height of 2 meters. That means the ball is in free fall and is accelerating at a constant rate of 10 meters per second square due to the acceleration because of gravity. Okay, so in this case, if the acceleration is constant at 10 meters per second square, the speed time graph, it should show a constant gradient, which is indicated by A. Okay, and if the speed is increasing at a constant rate, the distance should be something like this with an increasing gradient, because the gradient of a distance time graph represents the speed, and in this case the speed is increasing. We should see this kind of distance time graph instead of C and D. This is a recall question. So the unit of force is the Newton. An object subjected to unbalanced forces will accelerate because there is a resultant force. And acceleration is the change of velocity. So the answer is C. Trolley X has twice the mass of trolley Y, so we can let the mass of trolley X be 2m and the mass of Y be m. Okay, as the trolley are released, they are both subjected to the force of the spring. So we can say that the force that is experienced by trolley X and Y, they are the same. So we can write down this, Fx is equal to Fy. Okay, and the resultant force is equal to mass times acceleration, and the mass of X is 2m and the acceleration of X is 2. And the mass of Y is m, and the initial acceleration of Y we don't know, so we just represent with A. So we have m on both sides, so we can cancel. So in this case, we have acceleration of Y is equal to 4 meters per second square. Answer D. Okay, this is actually the definition of inertia. Inertia is the reluctance of a body to change its state of rest or motion. And inertia depends on the mass. So the larger the mass, the larger the inertia. So in this case, this property of the body is the mass.